Hello everyone, Zelrant here, and we have some breaking news with the CN version of Girls Frontline 2. And while this is way in advance of us in global, we like to go over this for planning our future polls when we know the new units come out, as well as quality of life, because we are getting a lot of that stuff earlier on the global version. So anything we see within here, we could be getting very, very quickly, as we've seen with the last dev blog that they had. And so I thought we'd kind of go over it. There's a lot of good stuff in here. And a lot of things that you can kind of utilize to kind of make your determinations for future team builds here. And so right now, the first thing right off the bat we have is the new unit, which is VSK-94. Now, in a post a few days ago, they'd already pretty much hinted at that when they showed a little bit of her leg, and they already had a post that showed her full picture in the past. So we know that it was her, but they are calling her Nikketa. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but I'm just going to go with Nikketa for now. And she is a Hydro Sentinel class. So our Hydro team with Springfield and Tololo is already extremely good. You have, at this point, they have V6 Sabrina because they have free copies from the guild boss, or not the guild boss, but the normal boss. And then you have, I can't remember, it's like Zahui, which is the support for Hydro. So now you have the Sentinel class Hydro here. And so she is going to be a great supplement to that team. Kind of, that's probably just rounding out the Hydro team at this point when you do 5-team content. And we already know it's probably the most broken in the game right now if you pair it with Springfield. And so the big thing with her is she has a summon, a guard dog named Kulik. And that's whatever. We don't know what the translation is going to be. We'll just go with Kulik for now. And then we go through the skills here. Skill 1 summons Kulik, dealing AoE damage to all enemy targets within 2 tiles and inflicts a debuff called Guilt's Grip. Now, this doesn't have all the details. Know that this will probably come out in a few days. And when that comes out, I'll do a whole video going through her actual kit when we get all of the details. This is just like that initial, here's the basics of her skills. We have skill 2, when Nikita uses Righteous Judgment to enemy targets within Guilt's Grip, which is that debuff that they inflict with the 2 tile in the skill 1, increases out of turn damage and deal additional attack. Out of turn damage makes me think that they might be starting to mess around with dual element type team content. Just the fact that it says out of turn makes me go, she's Hydro, but I won't pair her with my burn team. I mean, that's nothing but like out of turn attacks. Or even your ice team. You have Macchiato, especially if you have like V6 Macchiato. A lot of out of turn damage can be done there. And how much can that apply to it for them? Then you have her ultimate. When Nikita uses Cold Judgment against enemy units, gain extra command and then inflict Guilt's Grip. So her ultimate lets her go basically again, extra command. And then she also inflicts Guilt's Grip. So that debuff seems to be like key in her kit. Don't know what that is yet at this point, but it is a debuff that is a trigger for some of her conditions. And then she has the next one, can apply debuffs to enemy targets to amplify her own elemental damage. Now, I'd already mentioned that sounds really good on the burn team with out of turn damage. But right there, amplify her own elemental damage. Does that mean Hydro's going to get amplified from her? Another amp on top of Springfield? We'll kind of have to see what the actual kit comes out to be. But she's sounding like she's going to be very, very good for the Hydro team and potentially other teams because we have a lot of characters that can attack out of turn. And so let's see. New character event. You have her event coming out standard. We have a new outfit, and we'll take a look at that. We have some images here, too. New outfit, Nikita's outfit, Girl Frontline 1 Legacy outfit, Blazing Sun Dance released. What a twist, or with a twist. And then we can actually go down here and see the images here. So here is Nikita. So you can kind of see, Matt, she's already going to have one of those kind of kits or clothing. They're having to censor her on the broadcast they did on CN right there. If you've seen some of the figures of her, there's a very good reason that this is censored because it just covers like the middle and there's a lot of exposure on the sides for anyone that knows what her outfit looks like. And so you have that. Maybe you can give a little bit of an indication a little bit better here. You can see a lot on the sides there with her kit overall. And then you have her outfit here. Man, they've really got to go censoring that. I don't know how much they're showing here with this because, yeah. Now, I'm guessing it says it's with a twist from a Girls Frontline 1 costume. I haven't seen those, but that is her skin right there that's coming out. And it looks like they're pairing her with Cinerisi on theirs right there. But that is her outfit. There's an outfit for Vector coming out of Combat Bunny's Shadow. Now, Vector's a huge burn unit. Vector gets a lot of use. If you're going to, if you're into the burn team, you're going to have and use Vector. So that's going to be a great outfit. I don't know if it shows it here. Yeah, this is not showing it. I don't know if there actually is any images of it, because I haven't seen Vectors on any of the images, so it doesn't look like it. But a nice outfit. I'll almost certainly get that for Vector, because I know she's going to get a lot of use within my teams. New Oath added for Cinerisi and Niketa. And so, well, those Cinerisi lovers, especially those pulling now, she is going to be able to be Oathed in the future. And the dev blog, if I'm not mistaken, did mention them kind of accelerating some of that potentially, so we may be able to oath her a little sooner than we thought. Or what CN's getting. And then immediately on Nikita, so that's good there. New systems added. And so this is just more quality of life. They're really taking the feedback into consideration from both CN and global. And so this one's auto mode, movie mode added. You'll be able to watch your dolls in third person while they auto the stage. So when you're doing auto, you'll be able to actually move the stage around to kind of get that third person view to them. We'll kind of have to see how it works out. I don't know. I don't think it showed it here, because this is the only video they have, I believe. And so these are the other mini games that they talk about later. So I don't think they actually show that in the video. Then they added training dumbing for DPS. That's going to be great to be able to see, man, how much damage can I truly do with my team. That's going to be big on people that really care about maximizing their teams. And you can actually determine what teams can do the most damage. So is Kluke truly best, or is it going to be Springfield, or is Burn Team out damaging them? You can kind of get it on the bosses, but it's not a stable environment to truly do a DPS check like you can with a target dummy. I wonder how the target dummy team composition tests with 6P, 62A as a training dummy. Now, it doesn't really say here, but I know a lot of games when they have this kind of stuff, you can have the test dummy do certain actions. So, for example, if you want to test Macchiato with her attack back when the enemy is attacking her, I'm going to guess you're able to have the test dummy do attacks towards your team so that you can trigger all kinds of conditions. So we'll kind of have to see how that works when they give more information on that, but that'll be great in maximizing that. Added the achievement shop, gain medals to exchange for various items such as weapon skins, attachment skins, and trophies. We've seen this in the one blog, and the one big thing that with that is if you missed a skin, what we saw in the shop is event skins and stuff. So if you didn't get all the skins in the event, or you didn't complete like something, you missed it, this looks like it's going to be the opportunity to get those skins that you missed, which is going to be great. But then there's also trophies that it mentions here, and they have this little thing that I've seen. This looks to be like a display case for trophies that you can get. I see some bosses here, some enemies here. I'm really hoping that like these are for doing like really difficult content type achievement trophies, because it's always cool to have something like this where it doesn't matter in terms of power, but it gives you a reason to do really hard content, but it doesn't feel bad for someone that can't complete it, especially you're free to play. So I do like that, and that's kind of what I ask for, is I want really, really hard content that has awards though that doesn't have any meaningful impact on the ability to play the game in terms of power, just having some kind of achievements and stuff attached to it. So that's always a nice thing to have there, and that's what they're mentioning here. New system memory showcase will be enabled. Basically your trophy showcase section. Note that the shelf was showcased in the big dorm system, which we just saw. I mean, that's what we looked at right there. Added fire control calibration shipped to the attachment calibration pipeline. This is huge, and everybody's going to love this. Increases the upgrade stats of your attachments by 10% per chip. Increase the minimum stat of your attachment by 1 tick per chip. Requires fire control calibration chip per upgrade as mentioned above. Requires the target attachment to have greater than 100% all stats enhanced. Requires a very large amount of the gold. And note the attachments that had gone through this procedure cannot be calibrated again via the usual means for now. So this means this is your final it sounds like this is your final upgrade to it. Now, it doesn't state if you can repeat this. It sounds like this is a one-time deal, But what this basically means is if you can get that perfect piece, like you get that really good piece with all 3 stats on it, you get it where it's either perfect or very near perfect on the 3 stats in terms of the starting substats. This gives a 10% boost to each of the stats. It sounds like 10% to all the stats, which means if you actually want to get a true perfect piece where it's all the way at the 200%, now your target is to try and get to 190 versus 200, because that can just push it over the top here. Or if you're not looking to get perfect pieces, you can, I got really good. I got 190 on one, 160 on another. This is a way to just do that final boost to kind of finish off that piece. And if it's repeatable, then you just wait till you get a good thing, and then you just push it up multiple times, because they could very well make these chips very rare. And which I'm completely fine with that, because then you just kind of stockpile them for your your main characters and then just make them perfect pieces. We'll have to see how it works, but that just makes it where the grind is that much better for making better characters. I really like that. New minigame, soccer field training, a soccer minigame. They do have a picture of that down here. So I don't know how it's going to work, but it just has a picture of what soccer is going to look like here. So I'm guessing you just move around and try and hit the ball around with some abilities of some capacity. We'll kind of have to see there. Just mentioned soccer minigame. Frontline Survivors Season 5. We just had our first season of it. And this is Season 5. I didn't know that they've repeated this event multiple times, but it looks like this is the 5th time they've had it. And now Cheetah is a playable character on it. They do have an image of it with Cheetah, so I'm wondering how they've improved on the minigame. This was one of my favorites in the game so far, so it's coming back multiple times. That is good there. So then I got some system optimizations removed. Run limit per day on the gold. So as you know right now, if you don't have the $2 pass, you only can do it 4 times. You get an additional 2 if you have that $2 pass. Looks like they just straight up removed that limitation. Just run gold as much as you want. That's going to be important, especially when this can cost a crap ton of gold. And it doesn't, it never felt like you should have had that limitation anyway, because you're having to balance attachment farming, weapon XP farming, and gold farming. So there's no real reason to have that. So it is good to see that's going away. Hopefully we get that quality of life a little bit sooner. The monthly incremental contract will have part of its clause changed. So I'm guessing that might be changed from increasing daily sync permissions to number of times the Sardis gold income will be doubled. So basically, this is where you pay it for $2, and it gives you an additional couple plays of it. Now, instead of that, it just increases the amount you can get the double gold bonus. So you'll be able to run it infinite times. So I'm guessing there is a bigger bonus that you can get so many more times, so you can infinitely run it. But the first few, or however many you do now, will give you a bonus on top of it. And this just increases the amount of times you get that bonus. We'll kind of have to see how it changes, but at least you'll be able to spend, if you just have nothing better to spend your stamina on, you can spend it to get more gold. Removed all enemy units start of battle animations. That was always annoying, especially on the platoon boss. You get in and it shows it. You have to do that. If you do the 3 hits, you're seeing it 3 times. So nice that it's just not there anymore. Although I would like it to just be you can turn it off. I mean, it's always cool to see it the first time you see them. But not that big a deal there. Or that's a big deal, but nothing too crazy. Added the skip all story button in story stages. Great. For the people that want to skip the story. I don't skip the story. Not a big deal to me. But I know a lot of people who just like the game. They don't really care about the story. That one's big for them. Then you have Yuzong would still recommend player... Oh, okay. Yeah, you should still read the story is what they're saying. But you can skip it now. Gift boxes will be automatically opened once exchanged instead of staying in a box. I mean, that's good. Right now you have to go in and open it and get the gifts. I don't know, maybe I'm just lazy. I like to let them stockpile and then I just do one big opening. But there's really no reason to it. You're going to get what you get, so it's automatically opened. It's not something where you may want to conserve it because there's like a decision you make. It's just you get what you get with those, so it makes sense that they just open immediately. And then added favorite system in the refitting room. So now this is just like more onto the loadout system they have. So now you can favorite certain items, so it can be easier to find them. So that, alongside the loadout system, they're really improving the ability to change out how your characters function. Then it has some comments from, I guess some of these are developers. will introduce dolls that use other elements other than fire and hydro in future patches. So I think they're saying, hey, where fire or burn and hydro are, yeah, we understand. They're overpowered, and we need to kind of move into other elements too. So we're going to get more than just those. The team hears that physical team is quite limited even after Yuhi's release, and we'll be releasing new team members for the physical team soon. So I want to see how that works. Now, the big thing everybody's mentioned is while Diane got a huge improvement with Yuhi, you still don't have that big damage dealer. Diane can do big damage, but you don't have the like meta level damage dealer, like the one that does the big damage, not just the sub damage like Diane kind of does. Because Diane has other things that are part of her kit, which is like the big movement, being able to get behind enemies and break them easier. But she's not the one she's not designed around being big hitter like a future unit that they really need for physical, which that's good to see that's coming. And then the next doll will be similar to Nikketa, where she was announced in a preview, was seen before in some animations, was seen before in some art CGs, very well liked by the community, and very familiar to the players. The only character I know of that group, there's quite a few of them, but the one that I've heard a lot of, and that this is not like, they're not actually stating who it is here, and this is my guess. The one that I've seen that I like too, just based on images I've seen. I've never played Girls Frontline 1, but it makes me think it's AR-15. She seems to be a big one. I could be completely wrong because I don't know the lore or anything of the prior characters, but we'll have to see. I don't know what some of the old animation stuff have been shown in the past, so someone can correct me on that around, but my guess was just AR-15 because she seemed like it would be another big deal one, kind of on the same level as like Clue-K, because I know there's a couple others though that it could be. I don't remember all their names off my head, so that's just me making a guess there, but let me know in the comments if you know who they're actually talking about there, and I'll pin it at the top if someone actually knows for sure who it is. And then we'll be implementing the illustrations of the outfits in-game soon, so we'll see some more of that. And that's pretty much it for this post. And so we have the images, like I've already shown. We have her, and you can see all of her stuff here. Now, it doesn't show, I mean, it showed her outfit, but I didn't see the one for Vector. And this one looks to be, I think this is I mean, I can't read the Chinese, but it looks like there's some more rewards with titles and all that in here. And then this is showing this new, this is showing the new system where you can use this like yellow chip to give a permanent 10% upgrade. It looks like that permanent upgrade. Yeah, you put them on there. And so they have 6 out of 4. They're using 4. You can kind of see where they're pushing it up. But how much can you see? It looks like you can just use as much as you want. It's hard to tell because they just have 6 here and they just show, hey, which ones do I want to put the pluses on? And they're just putting pluses on all of them. So it might be infinite use until you max it out. And I'm going to guess these are going to be very, very rare unless you buy them in the shop. Like you can already get precision chips in the shop through the one box. Although the best thing to get is the cores out of that. But I'm gonna guess you're gonna get very few of these, unless and they'll be in some of the shop items. So, but I mean, if you can get these free to play, that'll be great. You just stockpile them for your like favorite best characters and max out their gear. And the best ones that are going to be the best to max out are going to first be the generic ones, the barrels, and then the set specific. So overall, great little upgrade there. It makes it so that you can eventually get perfect pieces if it works like we're kind of seeing there. You have the soccer game, you have Vampire Survivors there, and this looks like it's kind of showing, is this the favorite system? Yeah, there's like a little favorite button down here. So I'm guessing that's the favorite system. And actually, it's hard to tell. Is that... No, that's not Vector, is it? No, that's VSK's in her costume, isn't it? I was going to say, are they showing Vector with her costume? But I think that's Nikita. So, but yeah, that's pretty much everything here. A lot of great stuff. New great character. Looks like it's another... I mean, she's a Sentinel class. But going to be overall, just Hydro's big. I mean, Springfield's going to be a big character to get. and she's just going to add to that team. But I'm wondering how this out of turn damage is going to work with it. That's kind of the one thing, because when I think Hydra, I mean, Sabrina has some out of turn damage. Tololo's all about in turn damage because she just does multiple attacks in her turn. Springfield has, I mean, Springfield's little, her, whatever you call it, that robot does out of turn damage, but it really doesn't start ramping up damage unless you get a lot of dupes of it. So I see that being more important for potentially other elements, like Burn will like it. Electric would like it if you have Jianju V6. I mean, it can work in a lot of teams. You just have to see how this debuff works. But overall, some great stuff coming. A lot of quality of life coming there. Hopefully we can get some of this stuff early in global. But yeah, it's overall looking pretty good. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. And if you like this content, if you could like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.